off, you guys had used the transportation tower to take yourself to an island known as, I believe, I want to say Watchtower. Yeah, there we go. Watchtower. On from the research that the headmistress brought forth based on some of the stuff that you had. You guys came in, discovered that the tower was deserted, that no one's been there in some time. Everything was covered in dust, and that it may or may not be a one-way trip. That the tower on this side isn't active. It was able to receive you guys transporting in, but does not seem to have enough power to transport you guys back. You guys set off into the forest, looking for signs of well, the pirates, and eventually came to the water. You had a fight with a plesiosaurus that tried to grab you guys down, and
Didn't we
eventually
get two of them?
Yes, you're right, two of them. Fight two plesiosaur. And finally made your way down past the hills. At which point you found more grasslands and eventually some huts where a group of hobgoblins seemed to be chatting. Topaz and Cloud snuck up on them, and Topaz.
No, we didn't.
I thought you guys did.
Don't we
I'm
also have
saying
Noxie there somewhere?
we
Or
tried.
was it just the two?
We tried, but we didn't.
Yeah, they heard something scrambling in the grass. One of them raised a weapon while the other one kept searching, like looking out. And Topaz came out to attack.
By the way,
Yep.
Cloud, you're muted if you're trying to talk. Also, did Noxie not go forward with them? I thought all three of them snuck up.
Noxie, did you sneak up?
Yeah, I synced up with you.
Oh,
With them.
sorry.
That's why I thought.
I must have forgotten. My bad.
All right.
Also, sweetheart, can you hear us? You're muted. I can hear you talking in the other room, but I can't actually hear what you're saying because you're in another room, darling.
We can't hear her at all. Mute button. But Topaz launched an attack on one of the hobgoblins. So that was a preemptive strike. Topaz, would you like to roll? Were you just rolling with your fists, or did you decide to use the ring of the ram? I couldn't remember.
I don't have any charges on it. All right, so I will go ahead and try to finish these guys off fast. So, first one gets a
Hey,
spear.
babe, then you know. Sorry.
Stab right through that guy's throat as the other guy is looking like he's about to shoot you. And you're very fast. You're a very fast monk.
Close that gap. In fact, I'll run clear around him and try to stab him in the lower back.
Picture you kind of flipping over him and then just stabbing him before he can get a shot off. And he also gurgles. It seems like you guys were not heard by any of the.
Yeah, I immediately crouch down and hold very still and see whether or not this was noticed at all.
Well, you don't hear anybody coming to their doors, but you do see smoke begin to rise from the chimneys of these three huts here.
Motion them forward. Actually, I want to grab one of these guys and carry them off. I want to.
Right.
I'll go.
Just a quick strength check. Just
This
you're a
way.
very strong monk, but you could also injure a muscle. So
Uh,
yeah, you're good.
I'm just trying to like put these guys in the tall grass behind one of these houses and motion for Cloud or Noxie or both of them to do the same with the other one.
Also, fuck it, I'm awake now.
Hey,
Okay.
Claude.
Okay,
I-
I'm
Hello.
gonna go over and pull up my sleeves and try my best to pull.
Strength check. That is a perfect roll. Yeah, you can't even get the poor hobgoblin's body to budge. It's just kind of laying there in its armor and weapon falling to the side, and you're just, trying to pull your arms underneath of it, but it doesn't move at all.
I'm going to give up and come over here. And I'm going to use a disguise kit to. Could I use a disguise kit to make the body blend in with the grass more, so it'd be harder to find?
I'll allow you an attempt on that. Disguise kit with wisdom.
With wisdom? Okay.
I'm picturing this like one of those artsy paintings where a person is in front of
My
like
God.
a pattern and you're just drawing the pattern on the guy's face. It looks like grass.
So you
So what you're saying
rapidly
is-
take out some of the tints, take up some of the grass, and quickly, Topaz. Even though you're sitting there chuckling to yourself like, "What the hell is she doing?" But
She's
you
Peter from the Hunger Games.
you kind of chuckle for a moment. Maybe you close your eyes, maybe you turn away. The next thing you know, you don't have any idea where the body is anymore. It seems to have
I'm
completely vanished.
I'm stunned. Is Cloud getting the other damn body? What's going on there?
Glad?
What's Cloud doing?
Can
Are
we
you
You're
getting-
pulling a body.
Oh, yeah, I'll pull a body.
Noxie puts two fingers together and kisses them. Perfection.
I can just
Uh,
imagine Cloud moving this body and tripping over the one Noxie hid.
So that means Cogsworth, you have to roll.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you're at your computer?
She's
Yeah.
here.
Okay, cool. Roll a strength check, please.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the bodies are the other bodies like
Oh
basically there.
no!
And yeah, you basically have the same problem Noxie
Oh
does.
no!
You try to wrap your arms around it and find that you can't get it to budge. Maybe this hobgoblin is just more dense than the other one or something.
Noxie's gonna come over and help.
Oh, I
Noxie-
was just gonna pick up a blade of grass and sit it on top of it.
Noxie, you can attempt at advantage because Cloud and you are trying this together now.
Okay,
Yes, basically
Here we
that
go.
picture, Cogsworth.
here we go. Big money. Here we go.
You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah!
Working together as a team, you can to slowly move this body, but there is now a huge trench where this body was dragged in all the way over to Topaz.
Noxie gives a thumbs up.
Subtle.
Are there windows in these buildings?
No, there just appears to be chimneys.
Just chimneys?
Yeah,
No
they
doors?
look like the chimneys and doors. They're small, functional buildings. Probably the fire pit and maybe a hammock inside. Who knows?
Basically a barrack.
Except
Were
that
there-
they're single. They look like they're designed for one maybe two people at most. Like maybe just.
And there
one,
were
maybe-
more past these?
Yeah. Heading down a dirt road to the southwest. You can definitely see more plumes of smoke, more evidence of small houses.
Oh crap! Do we hear sounds of stirring in these houses?
Roll perception check.
I would also like to do that. Plus, I'm also looking around to see if anybody's approaching or anything.
Yeah, Topaz. Well, you don't hear anybody coming to the door or anything like that, or sounds of alarm. You do hear the occasional clank, the occasional sound of something hitting wood, the occasional as if there's something metal grinding against something else metal.
The hell? I'm not sure what we're doing. Looking
Although
back
it's
toward
not,
the
although
party, do
it's
we have any
definitely not coming
communications
from
with them?
this room. It's you're basically hearing it coming from this house over here, from your possession.
This is going to go poorly. Are we having any communications with the party, magically or otherwise?
Noxie shrugs.
How far away are they from us anyway?
You guys are probably about 100 feet away.
Okay. Would we have seen the whole debacle?
Yes, I imagine that you were probably watching Topaz and were probably not surprised when she just, jumped out of there and killed them both really quickly.
You'll hear in your mind Cog say, smooth.
Yes, except now we've left traces behind.
Hmm.
I hear more in one of the houses nearby. It's hard to tell how many. Do we want to just go past this toward the larger village, or are we clearing this out?
I pull out Nyx. I could send Nyx in and see if she sees anything.
Nyx is what again?
My rat.
The rat.
The one that got adopted from the pet store.
Are these doors, would they even allow a rat to get past?
Yeah, they're looking around these houses. They're like, on the ground. They're not particularly sturdy. There are evidence of like tiny little holes that a rat could probably fit into really easily.
Do you want to send it? I'm more curious if it's nothing but hobgoblins or they're just the guards.
Alright, I am going to cast Speak with Animals. And have Nyx. I'm going to tell her to go and check out this house, but be very careful and try not to get squished.
Nyx kind of nuzzles your hand in acknowledgement of this and jumps down and runs to the house over here.
And she was never seen again.
Shut up.
You rat bastard.
Babe, did you get my message?
What message?
After a few minutes, the rat comes scurrying back and climbs up Cloud's leg.
What did you find?
She has a tiny piece of cheese in her hands and is busily munching on it.
Noxie holds up a sign. Let's just move on from this area.
And then the rat finishes the cheese and says, "There's one big one in there, sitting at a table, eating. This piece that I was eating fell off the table, and I snatched it."
I point to the one of the hobgoblins. Did he look like that?
Yes.
I come back and speak in common. She said that there's one in there that is currently eating, and it is a hobgoblin, but that is it. Shoves the rat back in my shirt.
If we could take him swiftly, we might be able to ask some questions.
I look at Topaz. Have we gotten Cogsworth and Volan out of our systems yet?
What?
What?
Because if we approach anything like we did back there, we're fucked.
Oh.
Seething.
Noxie will hold up a sign. We can try again. We just gotta be careful.
Well, it's
We
not
all
like,
got attack.
it's not like we were exactly stealth masters just now either.
That's what I was saying.
All right. Well, I'm going to go in and try to introduce myself. Let's see if I can convince this
So-
person to come out with us and answer some questions for us. So,
So what you're saying is you're going to go in there, drag them out kicking and screaming, and kill them if they resist.
she said, you said there was one, yes?
Yes.
No, so I will try to render him addled. A bit
So
more
unconscious?
cooperative.
Cloud just like walks by Topaz and pats her shoulder. Yeah, sure you will.
Wait, Noxie holds up a sign. Are we knocking him unconscious, or are we
Knocking
just
him unconscious,
intimidating?
or at least stunning him and getting him back to the party so that we might question him at our leisure and find out more about what lies ahead.
Okay, Noxie holds up a sign. We should probably all attack at once then.
Very
And
well.
you do know that we should probably all drag him too, because you saw how the other two went, right?
I had no problem with it. I'm not sure what you two were doing.
Noxie moves into a position.
Stealth check at this point.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, fuck.
That's what we want to see.
Move up, and how does this door apparently open?
It's looks like just a very simple wooden door with a simple like wooden. It's more like a stick that was jammed in there to be used as some sort of makeshift knob. Like something
Okay.
There's not anything around back, is there? Like, there's not a back door.
The only thing you detect as you get to the back is it's somewhere around here. There's definitely a latrine pit. So the odor is
just-
assaulting your nose.
Cloud's just coming back up front. Don't go back there.
All right. Count to 3 and push the door in and rush in. Try to
Actually,
catch this guy's
particular
surprise.
one would open out, but yeah.
Right. Or, yeah,
You
pull
can
it.
see that from looking at the door. So you're just dragging it open. There's no lock. You see a hobgoblin at a table. Dropping a crude spoon as you rush in.
All right.
All right.
Great, we got in here, but we didn't really think past that.
Well, yes. I was gonna because
Because it's
I have my
surprise,
short sword
you
drawn.
each get a single action to use against this guy.
Cool.
Fist to the forehead.
Right. You
Fist of
attempting non-lethal damage on
Bonk.
target?
Yes.
Alright,
Let's see.
so, yeah. Ah.
And
His
that
head
will be
snaps back and blood starts seeping out of his nose.
in conjunction with a stunning strike.
Alright.
Um,
And his eyes just kind of glaze over as the blood
Perfect.
begins to flow. from his nose.
Perfect.
all right. I'm coming in for the.
He's currently, let's see, unarmored. His chainmail and his shield and weapons are all
Gag him. Gag him quickly. Let's get him trusted out of here.
Wall near a hammock.
Okay. Let's see. What could I have that could be used to? Well, actually, I'm not the person to do this. My strength is awful, so I'm just going to try and knock him fully out, unconscious.
Alright. Yeah, unless you
the-
double his damage, he will be knocked out. So. You
Yeah,
attack with
sneak.
advantage.
Yep. I don't think I get sneak attack with non-lethal damage. Does that work? Or
If you use sneak attack, you're likely to kill him. Basically, the way I play it is that even if you're doing quote unquote non-lethal damage, you can still kill somebody doing that because there's
Okay.
plenty. You see that all the time in the news, people getting killed with rubber bullets and such.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I will probably just choose to not do my sneak attack with this short sword attack.
Right. So yeah, you basically whip your the pommel around and just smash into him, and he just kind of goes down, blood still streaming out the nose, but he is unconscious.
All right. Now we'll pull out some. I don't have anything to gag him with.
Gag him with his own shirt.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, unless you want me to like shove a crowbar down its throat,
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna just cut off some of his fabric off of his shirt and then stuff it down his throat.
Mm.
Not down his throat. I don't want to choke him to death. Just in his mouth.
What was he eating?
Looks like a little bit of bread and cheese and what appears to be some kind of stew.
I'll help myself to some of that.
Yeah, same.
Roll Constitution saving throw because you've never had this before.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Usually a hit and miss for me.
Yeah, it tastes fine. It's pretty filling. Doesn't seem.
I just kind
weird.
of, I just look at Noxie and just kind of nod my head. Not
Re-
bad.
really? Really?
I'm just gonna pick up the cheese and just munch on it while we take the body back over to the.
Yeah.
I'm going to tie him up with some hempen rope.
And we need to bustle him out of here. Back to the group.
Should one of us keep an eye out?
Sure. You're elected.
Noxie, would you rather keep an eye out or help carry the goblin, the hobgoblin?
Noxie flexes.
Okay, all right.
I'm just gonna help Topaz.
Then I will keep an eye out. Bow drawn, just in case.
Fireman's carry.
One more stealth check. Alright. You spirit the tied up the tied up and hobgoblin away back to the rest of your group.
I guess you all were watching that.
Some of it we couldn't see inside the building, obviously.
You're muted, dear.
You did a great job sneaking after that first group, let me say.
Oh, shut up. We got one out here. We want to ask him some questions.
I'm gonna hold up the cheese. Anybody want any? No? Okay.
Noxie's gonna pull out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Noxie's gonna pull out a bunch of cards, just getting prepared to become the translator for this person.
If Cogsworth could sigh, he would.
Alright, so are we smacking him awake, or anybody have water?
Does anybody need to pee?
Why, yes, actually, it's been quite a while. Oh, wait.
Little point of healing or something, I suppose.
I mean, I can treat him for the potential concussion he has if I know how you like to deal with things.
Noxie just slaps him.
Roll an attack at advantage. You lightly pat his cheek and nothing happens.
Noxie, what the hell was that? Oh.
Kind of sigh, and I walk over and I'll touch him and give him 1 point of healing from lay on hands.
Alright.
Noxie holds up a sign. I held back too much.
You fear your strength, right?
Responds. Fear my strength.
The hobgoblin's eyes flicker, and he grunts as he realizes he's unarmored, and tied up amongst strangers. Just kind of darts his eyes around and asks something in Goblin, which Noxie would understand as, Who are you? What am I doing here?
Noxie just translates that.
Tell him he's amongst friends, but we want to know what his name is and if he works for anyone.
All right, I'll transfer that.
Friends. He spits on the ground, which is quite bloody because of all the blood that cascaded into his mouth and down the back of his throat. I am no friend of yours.
Ask him if he works for the Sea Princess.
Okay. I will ask him that.
The hobgoblin keeps looking at your notes and like staring at you because you're, quiet from his perspective. And then he kind of looks up at the rest of you and says, which Noxie of course understands, sea princes. Do you think that you can come here and claim the bounties on them? Is that why you're here?
Noxie just holds up a sign. We're the one asking the questions here. I'm gonna slap him.
Hobgoblin sniffs you. Well, no strength check.
Here we go.
You don't even make contact with him at this point. You're just kind of like it's very sad. Like everyone sees Noxie's hand just kind of come forward and then kind of pull back away from the guy's face and just kind of stop there in midair.
Noxie just holds up a sign. That's what could happen to you.
I'll squat down in front of him, let Noxie translate for me, staring right in his face. You got lucky. You lived. Your friends outside did not. Can answer our questions, you might leave here a rich goblin. Don't, and we'll use your entrails to tie you up.
Noxie translates all of that except instead of goblin, goblinoid, because it's racially insensitive.
Yeah, I was about to say if you'd actually, but you do. Let's see. Yeah, you saw no response from Tobaz. You saw no response in this guy's eye from you calling them a goblin. So it's probably likely, unless they're a really good actor, that they don't understand common at all. That they're not just playing, feigning ignorance or anything like that. So the hobgoblin just kind of looks at Noxie. I am not afraid of that such a fate. You are not my friends. You are not my allies. Why should I listen to anything you have to say?
You translate that?
Yeah.
I will open a pouch and spill out a handful of about 10 platinum in my hand. What are they paying you here?
I translate that.
Hobgoblin's eyes seem to flicker to the platinum for a moment. He seems to grit his teeth, as if he's like mulling something over in his head, and then he seems to let out a sigh of breath. Nowhere near that, or I wouldn't be living in such squalor.
Tell him this is what it's worth for him to let us know what lies beyond, how many of them, and who they work for.
All right, yeah, I translate that.
And then he asks, he like thinks that over, and looks at the group of you. He's like, "Is this all of you? Is this all that is here to take on the Sea Princes?"
Noxie just shakes her head.
Roll deception.
Okay.
How convincingly do you shake your head?
I look scoffily. I'm like, yeah, what are this Joker here?
You're
And
trying
it's
to
really not convincing.
The hobgoblin chuckles. it's unlikely that you would be able to get even one of the sea princes for your own. They are each powerful in their own right, and they have their own soldiers, their own mercenaries, and those that are very loyal to them.
Oxy's gonna knock a crossbow bolt, just kind of aim it at his knee.
He kind of like shows his teeth, but not in a friendly sort of way. You think I am scared of pain, little one?
Cloud's gonna aim an arrow at his head.
Noxy holds up a sign. You scared of death then?
Kind of seems to be thinking for a moment. And then he grins. No.
I'm not going to take part in torture, but you could threaten to turn him into one of me.
I'm not for taking torture, but I got an idea.
Yep.
So he's being difficult. It's obvious.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
do
then.
translate that.
I am going to flip him over, yank his breeches down, start pulling out the platinum. He'll feel some pressure in a sensitive spot. Where do you want your platinum?
Wow.
I can shove them in pretty far with the butt of this spear.
Yeah,
I'll easily fit all 10.
Yeah, Noxy translates this word for word.
Holy shit.
Cloud still just has this arrow
Roll
pointed at his
intimidation at
head.
advantage, Chip has.
Okay.
So he continues to make that determined face.
All right, then. We'll start working one in.
He's ready to take this guy. Will of Iron over here.
Will of platinum.
There's one. You're getting richer by the second.
He puts his eyes closed, as if he is, mental resolve is one thing, his physical resolve doesn't seem to be matching it. It's like his physical resolve is not doing too well with it, but, you know, he's not, he isn't relenting from his words.
And ask him what he's going to think when we take him over to his friends and show him in this condition to them.
Yep, I translate.
Start working on a second.
Cloud walks over and just like kneels down in front of him and like forces him to look at her.
He has his eyes closed. Do you try to open them?
No, she knows that he can't understand her. But she's gonna whisper in his ear, loud enough for Noxy to hear so she can translate. And she's just gonna say, "You can make this stop anytime."
Yeah, I translate that. Don't worry about the feet I linked.
We have cooking supplies, yes. Do we have any hot sauce?
He spits at you, Claude.
I'm gonna slap him. Fuck this bitch.
Roll an attack.
Okay. Is this one just like a strength or?
Yes, it's strength.
Okay.
Ugh.
Oh!
You smack him upside the head, and he did not have much HP at all, so he goes back to being unconscious.
Cloud just backs up. Sorry.
Just side-eyeing you.
Well, I'm not asking for those 2 platinum back.
I'm sorry. It was just very unsanitary.
I mean, like I linked the Dungeon Delver feat. I have it.
Everyone, please back away. Just give me a moment.
All yours. But I think he pretty much answered what we thought, which is, yes, this is a stronghold of the Sea Princes. judging from his opinion of our ability to take them on, it would seem that that's who they're working for. I think we're on the right track.
All right. So, are you going to leave him like this or put him out of his misery?
We should kill him. He knows that we're here.
Cloud just says, okay, and lets her arrow go.
So you just killed him?
Yeah.
Okay. Attack roll at advantage. You know, the regular attack with your arrow.
Not short sword.
Alright.
And doesn't that auto crit technically?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He was in death saving throws anyway. So that's just automatic kill.
And then I'm just gonna
You
pull my
are-
arrow out.
You are a brutal elf. I have a little
I'm a
respect for that.
tabaxi.
Oh, that's right. Well,
He's very furry.
you're brutal, whatever you are.
You also just wasted 2 platinum.
Worthy investment.
Noxie slowly starts taking off her gloves that she was putting on.
I mean, that's a story I'll have forever now.
Yep, Cloud just takes her arrow out, just kind of like rubs the blood off on her pants and puts it back in her quiver.
I mean, if you want that platinum, you're welcome to fish for it.
If we wait a couple minutes, technically it would come out on its own.
Noxie just makes a motion as if she was sighing and puts her gloves back on. She goes to retrieve the platinum.
Damn. Okay.
Like if you wait a couple minutes, it will come out on its own. If their biology is anything like humans, it will come. He will void himself now that he's passed.
Well, I hope it doesn't do it while Noxie's digging around in there.
Do I retrieve them?
Yeah, Noxie, you would be able to quickly do that.
And when she gets out her water skin and starts rinsing them.
Noxie, we pay you.
Just glares at you.
Yeah, but they're platinum.
I can give her platinum right now.
Noxie holds up a sign. Don't waste money.
I just point at Noxie.
I wonder about all of you sometimes. All right, so
You're the one that put it there. You are not allowed to judge.
Oh, well, our DM's broken. See you guys next week.
Yep.
Okay, we have a summon DM spell. Do we have a,
You get the pizza, you get the soda.
Okay.
Dread, do you want to start compiling the letter just begging her to come back for a session?
Hey, I'm going to. I gotta preface.
I was just laughing too much.
Oh, we know. We were just referencing my summon DM spell I created.
I gotta preface this next chat post
Is
because
allergic
it's
to things in pizza sauce. So.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be. I have to preface this next chat post because it's shocking, but this is one of my personality traits as Noxie, so.
Oh my god. I hate it here.
No, you don't.
Uh,
You've been coming back for a year now, so. Yeah,
guys, so
Topaz,
let's-
Roland, and Noxie have all been here a year.
let's get out of here.
yeah.
Let's go find the rest. I'm sure they will probably have to do this carefully. If what he's saying is true, then everybody remembers who was here before the last time we fought them on the ships. That was no small feat.
Right. So, I would say stealth is the way, but maybe we should continue. Small party go ahead, and the loud one stay behind.
We can, but I mean, not too far behind.
Not too far.
At least we know the way. It's not that much farther on to the main establishment.
Yeah, this basically seemed to be some newer little hovels that these hobgoblins were occupying. Just kind of pulled up and.
Is there any avenue of approach that provides cover?
I'm trying to think. From what you saw, cover. That's only into that area that you got into earlier. The most cover you can get is just as far as you can sneak into that. Sneak back into that group of 5 houses.
And then how far from there to the main area?
It looked like the dirt road went on for about 100 feet before joining into other
So
groups of small houses.
that's too far for this to be of much help. With 100 feet of open, clear ground.
There's some places with high grasses. You're basically in the underdeveloped area, and then from what you saw, going west and southwest, you saw mostly into like low buildings, like small houses, and then the road continued on west and north after that. And you
And
saw
this is
eventually
on the
bigger
coast,
buildings.
or this is not? This
It's
was
not quite on the
inland.
coast. It's still inland. The
Okay.
coast would be further south from here.
What time of day is it?
Oh God, I forgot what it was last time.
Me too.
Yeah.
What was that? Last
But
question?
I think considering I had them eating dinner, it's probably evening. It's starting to get dark.
All right.
It's later. I don't think it's sunset yet, but it was definitely later in the day.
Yeah.
Last session.
Yeah, because like I said, one guy was sitting there eating dinner, and that's basically the note I left myself, like, dinner preparations. So,
Well, 100 feet is not that. I mean, it's far when you're trying to sneak it, but it's not far for purposes of seeing anything.
Yeah.
So, trying to find a better angle where we can just stop for a moment, and just sit there and look at what's going on past them in there, and how many people we see, what they're doing.
I would like to point out that they'll freak out the moment they see the gouge and that their friends are missing.
Yes, we're going to have to move quickly, but it's almost dark. We can do this soon. Just wondering what we're getting ourselves into.
If they're also busy eating dinner, there's a chance we could get closer and just rush them when they come out. It'd be a lot easier to get the element of surprise right next to them than if we have to sprint 30 yards.
So, does it even look like anybody's outside over there at the moment?
At the area where you were just at, no. There are still fires going in three of the houses. One of which you know is empty.
Yeah, no, I meant beyond in the other area.
Yeah. From what you can see, at least half the houses that you can see within distance are seem to have have smoke rising from the chimneys. And the more west you get, it seems like from what you can see just from here, the bigger that the homes get.
Oh, so this isn't even just like a separate little neighborhood.
This basically looked like a brand new neighborhood that was being put together, and tiny little houses and people that have the lowest people on the totem pole, so to speak.
Is this like a city?
It looks more like to be possibly a town.
Holy crap! We're going into an entire town.
Any kind of ballpark for the buildings, like 5 versus 30.
Oh yeah, you probably see about. So you saw those 5 in the newer houses. From where you're at, you probably see. You probably do see about 30 more houses spread out. On looks like about 2 different roads from there.
Do any of them look like palatial or mansions, or are they
the ones that you're
more
looking
conventionally
at here
set?
look like small houses, 1 or 2 rooms. You do see though farther to the west and north, much farther inland, possibly center more of the island from here. From what you can see from this position, you do start seeing what looks like a wall of some kind, which could indicate there's something palatial behind it.
Okay.
Noxie holds up a sign. Infiltration? ?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Not my favorite way of doing things, and I've no skill at it, but we have a few of us that are. we might want to send somebody in unseen or looking like them, while the rest of us wait and find some way to stay in touch.
Noxie shrugs and holds up the sign. I'm already a goblin.
Yes,
That's
let's get little old Silvertongue in there, see what kind of information we can get.
If you're willing to take that risk. We basically need to know if there's one of the princes here.
My main concern is how we're going to get out.
Well, I mean, we know about how far we are from the coast and the sea. We have the boat. If we can figure out what's going on in there, maybe we can find a way to get past all of this, strike the target if we have one, and escape via the water before they know what's happened.
It's going to be a decent run to the water, though, which we'd have to just be aware of.
Well, I mean, we can move closer now. We've seen the size of this place. This might sprawl all the way down to the beach. We can move farther south toward the coast from here and then swing around and infiltrate farther down. I don't think it matters where right up here, we're just getting the lackwits and the guards and whatnot. The buildings we want to look at are farther in, probably beyond that wall.
I'm fine with really whichever option, but well, I obviously don't care for needless death, given where we are and who we're up against. I personally would feel more comfortable if we could, obviously, in a practical manner, clear out as many as we can in small numbers. That way, if something goes wrong, instead of fighting an army, we're fighting a squad.
Well, I've always found fire to be a great equalizer. Dealing with large groups of enemies.
Well,
Or in need of a distraction.
Hey, DM.
Yes?
The rooftops of the houses, do they seem to be solid or like thatch?
From what you can see from here, it looks like a lot of mix.
Okay. If we have any way of getting fire onto the rooftops, that should spread pretty well.
There's always flaming arrows, but I think we have a few that might be able to do it without, don't we?
I don't have any way to magically light a fire. If you can light a fire, I can lift it up there, but... Never mind, I cannot. Thought I could.
So without looking at a map, if we were to just
Actually,
kind of
I-
stay to the edges of this place, the outskirts, and go farther, I'm thinking southwest, that would put us closer to the water, right? And then maybe closer to their wall.
Hey, Topaz?
Yeah.
I was mistaken. If I can get to a high enough point and get a good enough arc, I can start a lot of fire. Specifically a 100-foot line of fire.
That would do it, especially if it lights up some of the structures.
Mm-hmm. Remember that wand that I haven't used since...
That's for if we're going to, that's for when we're about to go in and do something. So not yet, not now. Let's go.
I'm just saying, we have that ace in the hole if necessary.
Look over at Volan. You're just letting us flail. Do you have anything to add?
I'm not really one for strategizing, and this seems like you've all got it more under control than I would have. I don't like the idea of sending Noxian alone, so I do think that setting a fire would be a good idea once we're closer, Topaz. You're right. and then we can maybe sneak in over the wall or get a better idea of what's happening.
All
That
right.
awkward moment when I know out of character that Cloud has a way to help us, but she's AFK.
What would that be? Since you.
Gloomstalkers learn disguise self.
Ah.
Like, it's just automatically known.
I'd imagine Cloud would mention something about that at this point to the rest of the party.
Yeah. She'll be back at some point. She ran upstairs for whatever.
So, but that's like the rest of the party basically would hear Cloud mumble something about being able to disguise self.
Can you apply disguise self to another, or does it literally have to be to yourself?
If I recall right, it's pretty much a self spell. Or spell ability, I should say. Anything else is a... actually, isn't that what I just allowed Noxie to do to disguise that corpse?
She used a disguise kit, I
Oh,
thought.
disguise kit, there we go, yeah. So yeah, disguise
Yeah.
self, that's just an ability you can use on yourself, and then you can use the disguise kit on someone else.
You can see him 1 foot shorter or taller. Does that even help her much? If she was a foot taller, wouldn't she still be a foot shorter than any of them?
I mean, true, but Noxie's
Hey,
not the one that needs to disguise.
Sorry, Cloud just came back down. She'll be back on voice in a sec, and I let her know what she missed.
So
We can all see in the dark, yes, I believe.
Oh, that's right, Cogsworth has an item. Never mind.
Yep, my eyes are purple.
So we can move now and try to cover some ground, and let's get ourselves closer to the beach and nearer to their wall and see what there is to be seen, and perhaps we can find a spot to infiltrate or spot to use as a staging ground for fire.
Mhm.
Either or both.
If I can get a high point and I can line it up along the rooftops, I can line up a good string of them up in one shot.
All right. So I guess the consensus is we're moving for the moment and trying to get to a spot closer to the where stuff is actually going on in their village, sticking to the outskirts and getting nearer to the water.
I'd say so.
If you want to clear this place out first,
I don't see the point. One mistake and we've given ourselves away. They don't know we're here. They're not going to find that body Noxie hid.
they'll find the trench that was left, though, to it.
They'll think they were roughhousing and whatnot. They're hobgoblins. I think they roll in the dirt to scratch themselves like horses, I believe.
Or cows.
Yes, or like cows.
Maybe
Kanaki.
they scratch their backs like on trees like bears.
I've heard that. That sometimes they use their tusks to peel bark off the fresher trees, supplement their diet.
Can Noxie make some kind of check to figure if any of this is true?
Sure.
Do hobgoblins have tusks? I didn't see one on that picture.
I don't know what check this would be though. Just
History?
intelligence?
Yeah.
Medicine?
Nature. That would be one.
Nature?
Also,
Okay.
I'm sorry. What's happening? I had to go to the bathroom.
We are trying to figure out how to infiltrate and like what the next best plan of action is, because some of us are not very stealthy.
And you volunteered yourself with disguise self.
Yeah, you.
Oh,
you
okay.
You might be a goblin, but you're actually not too sure about hobgoblin anatomy. But looking down at the body in front of you, you don't see any tusks.
So what am I disguising myself as, and where the fuck am I going?
Noxie points at the body.
Okay. I'll cast disguise self.
Feel free to leave out the platinum.
Trust me, I will. Okay.
And Noxie will just remove her bandages, so that she doesn't seem super weird when she's walking with her.
There would be one slight problem with your plan. Cloud doesn't understand goblin.
Noxie will have a sign. She can just pretend to be mute like me.
No, I speak telepathically with Noxie and say, just tell me what they're saying.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
That's
So just double check, we're here, right?
No, hold on. Valeria's. You're there.
Oh, thank you. And we're up in the foothills, like literally right
You're
there.
just south of them, and this is pretty much what you see so far of this town. Past that. Sorry, I don't have any interesting connecting roads. I just was
You're
pointing
good.
out the amount, the general amount, so you kind of get a feel of what things look like.
Okay. So is our group in the foothills or are we in the plains?
You're in the plains.
Oh, I thought we were in the foothills.
Sorry.
I'm fine with whatever. I just want to make, for my own bearings, I want to make sure I know where
Yeah.
we are.
So this was where we were.
You're essentially you're essentially there. That's pretty much that's those 6 houses. There's actually about 5 houses there.
We're doing this that way.
Okay.
So we're gonna go south-ish?
Yeah.
South-southwest?
You're not going to go east?
Northwest?
Northwest?
Good.
No, we're trying to see what's here.
So you're heading basically down here, like this. So
Yes. Are we getting a slightly better idea of the scale of this place?
see a bit in there where some of the roads end.
Definitely a sizable place. Are the buildings mostly constructed of wood? Or are there any mixes of stone or mud daub?
There's some that are stone, some that are mud, some that are wood. Basically, it looks like a lot of them were ramshackle. Others were put together. Basically, it seems to be like a mixture of how much money some of them might have had, like to be able to get certain materials.
Yeah.
But a lot of them look like wood or wood or other construction. Some of them look flimsy. Some of them look like they're a bit better. But it looks like the more outer ring that you go, where you're basically looking at them now, the majority of them now, these are the bad houses. This is like the poorer section of this town. But you can see a bit inward, a bit over, like some higher level roofs over in this direction, where you can see slightly bigger houses that seem to be made out of either more heavy duty wood or stone.
Okay. Can we get down to here and then kind of start going that way?
Roll perception check.
Everybody?
Yes, please.
We do that with advantage, don't forget, Dread. Woo!
The sun disappears over the horizon and the moons start to shine brightly. Let's see, which one is down there?
I'm really perceptive.
I'm perceptive-ish.
Right, that's actually not down there. Never mind. Hold on. I just realized that I flipped something on my map that I drew for myself. 1 second. Ah, that's not there. Hold on. That I flipped it. That's supposed to be on the other side of the map. Delete. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the more south you get down here, it's like you can see more of the constructions like towards the north and towards the west of this position. But there is a trail that that Cloud and Noxie picks up on that seems to be heading to the south east. Like not simply a foot trail either, something where you'd have like some possibly heavy wagons, not exactly a covered trail, but more of a hard-packed earth trail with some grooves that look like wagon and horse have been down that way to the southeast.
Well then, which way do we want to go?
I'm going to telepathically ask Noxie, what do you think our best plan is?
It's best if we find some way to find out where the sea princes are, Or at least one of them. There are a lot of deceptions we can use to get to that end.
True. All right. Well, should we start? I don't know. Looking for the Sea Princess?
Yes. She's gonna go marching right ahead.
And we don't hear a word of this, right?
No.
It's all telepathic.
Yep.
As you continue on, which direction are you heading? South, did you say?
Yeah, I think so.
Uh,
That's what the plan was.
Yeah. As you start heading and connecting on with that, you also start hearing the sound of goats, and there's a bit of a goatish odor in the air as you see the edge of what looks like a simple farm along the side of the road.
Hmm. All right. So I'll just keep going.
And I'll follow Noxie.
You're still following the road. So the rest of the group is staying on. Are you guys staying about here, like just outside the road, and letting them? Or are you staying a bit back, like in the grass up here?
I guess on the grass. Are you all going to try your infiltration now?
Do we want to?
I'm down for whatever.
I mean, I personally say we wait till we get closer to wherever that wall was. Unless you all
Okay.
wanted to check
So,
out this farm
You
first.
guys said you were heading southeast. The wall that you saw was northwest.
Ah, okay. That is my bad. Yeah. Let's head towards the wall then. That is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you're going to be heading northwest along this path. Now that you found it, or are you trying to stay off the path and go some other way?
Um.
I feel like it would look more suspicious if we stay off the path.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We'll stay on the path then.
Alright, but the rest of you guys are camping over here, correct? You said you're staying put.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'll put down.
I was hoping to see a bit more. Seems like we're still awfully far from the water. Can we get any idea how far from the coast we are at this point?
Let's see. You are a mariner, with good and a sea elf to boot. I would like you to roll a nature check. You know, for some reason, you're having a very difficult time picking up which direction the water is. Although you know that you're on an island, so it's got to be both east and south of you somewhere. But you're not sure how far away it is.
We could send you in now. I'd feel better if we kind of knew what we were getting into more.
So, did you want to keep Topaz? Did you want to keep looking downwards till we could find where the sea met, or did we?
Yes, I would like to keep going that way. I mean, if this is just a goat farm, I'm not worried about that. City's over here, and I'd rather go farther along and see what is that.
I was just trying to figure out where, if you guys were splitting the party, because you were asking me about directions and whatnot. So I was finding a tent icon.
All right, we're not camping yet. I wanted to go a little farther that way and see on the other side of the road and see what there is to see.
You start finding more houses down this way.
This place goes on forever.
More fire. More smoke rising up. You definitely see a farmhouse by this point. It is still a small farm. It's got like a few pens with goats in them. The sound is just hitting your ears. The smell of the goats. If you're not familiar with that smell, can be not so fun. You also see a couple of rows of vegetables. The farmhouse is actually several. It's 2 stories high, and it's clearly got several more rooms, probably even bedrooms, as compared to those little hovels that you found the hobgoblins in. Okay, the map is not to scale. Sorry.
Well, we have another distraction if we need it. Herd of goats.
Topaz, you want to keep going?
It's getting riskier by the moment. Let's see if we can't, yes, get abreast of that farm and not be seen. But I think that's as far as we should take it for now. Do we see any more of what's over there
Which direction?
up here?
Alright, let me reveal the area. You see that? And you do see
Water.
Water, finally. But yeah, there are a lot more houses here than you were expecting.
And that's about what distance to the water?
I'm bad with distances, but I'm going to say it's probably about 200, 300 feet. Just past the farms. There's probably even a little stream that was hewn out of here to feed the farm over here. Or not. Actually, no, it wouldn't have been, because that would have been salt water. Never mind. No, but there's probably a runoff stream going that direction. That would have been carved out, going from the goat farm into that, kind of brushing away some of the filth into the water down there.
All right. Well, are there people running around the goat farm?
No, it looks like whoever lives there is currently in for the night.
One thing I will say, while I'll still follow the group and help where I can, I feel we really should do what we can to try to get some kind of escape plan in place should something go wrong.
Oh, and unlike those hovels, the farmhouse definitely has windows.
Yeah, this is our escape plan right here.
All right.
I would like us to be closer to the water.
Who all has the boat?
I don't know who is carrying that.
Doesn't Jared have it?
Did we get 2, or did we only have the 1?
I think the other one was with Caleb.
I don't see it on my.
Yeah. Yeah, Hamlet had another boat.
Did he leave that with us? Because now he left 1 or 2 things with us.
I don't know. If it's not on your character sheet, it's not with you.
I don't see it on my character sheet either.
Are they going to be on the character sheet or in that bag of holding?
All right, well, let's get down here so we're not between the farm and the city if things go badly. I don't want to. Rather be down where we can leave swiftly. And these are roads, yes, pathways that
Yeah.
our infiltrators could follow if they want to go into the city. So that looks good. If we can find a spot that's not easily seen from the land.
Roll a perception check. As you're looking around at the shoreline, you notice that you're in luck. There's actually a lot of areas to the south with jagged rock outcroppings that make it hard for people to be seen, or for outside boats to dock, for that matter.
All right, perfect. Set up a cold camp there. And then I guess it's still, we have most of the night.
Yeah. So, Nuxie and Cloud, you two are going alone, or is anybody else going with you?
It's up to whoever.
I wonder if Volan could go.
That's probably a good idea defensively. I mean, I could take my armor off.
Or they could just say that you're a hired guard.
True.
They could also take me and say I'm a servant.
Oh. If you want, I wouldn't mind being extra protection just in case.
So, anyone who is going on this mission, please go to the second Roll20 group.
Okay.
Noxie, Cloud, do you want me to go?
Noxie shrugs.
I mean, it's up to you.
I don't think I can go at all. Unless I was to pose as a prisoner, and then that's just going to draw undue attention.
Agreed.
Well,
Yep.
And I think Dread would probably stand out too.
I think it would, if anyone else is going with us, I say one other person goes with us.
Volan,
I
it's up
don't-
to you.
Well, yeah, they're Volan or Cogsworth. Which one's coming with us?
Someone who
hold up a sign.
speaks the languages for them, maybe. I would think Volan.
I can only speak Orcish.
Me too.
It might be better for you to go simply because you look more rough and tumble. I just want to make sure that they're okay if something goes wrong.
I think we'll be okay. We can make a run for it. I'll act as an actual bodyguard. I think we're fine. I'll head with you guys.
On the safe side, before you go, take these. And Cogsworth will give Noxie, Cloud, and Volan each a weak healing potion.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Okay.
They're not powerful, but if someone gets a mortal wound, it'll at least stabilize them and get them back on their feet so you can get out of there.
Weak healing potion?
Yeah, D4 plus 2, I believe. It's 2 or 4, I can never remember, but let's
Why
say...
have we never bought sending stones?
That's a really good question.
I don't know what those are. Is it basically the sending spell, but in a stone, like basically a magical walkie-talkie?
Yeah, it's basically a magical walkie-talkie. I never wanted to buy them because they're useless in my hands. So
Do you have to be able to speak into them?
yes.
Ah, shit.
Let's put that on our list. Shit we should have bought and didn't.
I'll keep it in mind.
Would have come in really handy here. We're just going to be sitting on pins and needles wondering if everything worked or not. Should we come up with some sort of signal?
We could set something on fire if we're in trouble.
True.
A flame arrow shot into the sky?
Yeah, I mean, Cloud.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything that I can give to help with a signal.
I'll just light one of my arrows on fire and shoot it.
Noxie holds up a sign. I can make a really loud, thunderous boom.
That's
Alright.
a hell of a signal.
Very well. If we catch that, we can come running. Although I don't know how much good we'd do. We had to cover a
How
lot
far
of
they are. Are you going into the town?
I
Yeah.
think that they have to play it by ear.
Are they going to the farm or are they going to the town?
Into
Because
the
there's two
town.
options.
Not town.
Okay.
We're trying to see if the Sea Princes are using this as a stronghold.
Okay.
From what those others said, unless he was just lying through his pointy
I'm aware.
teeth.
I've been here the whole time. I just want to make sure which direction they were going.
Okay. I'm gonna head. So should we head up into the second 22?
Yes.
Okay.
As soon as you're ready.
And just let me know, Topaz, if I hear a thunderclap, I'm As soon as we get onto a straightaway, I'm lighting as many houses as I can in one go.
Fair enough.
So are you going or not, Cogsworth?
I am not.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it's Noxie, Cloud, and Volan.
So, are you guys just going to be keeping an eye out for things, or are you setting up defenses here?
I'm not sure what I can do in regards to defenses, so for now, just basically camp.
I don't think we were going to try to make a stand here if things go badly.
Okay.
That's an entire town. We're not going to fight an entire town. I think if things go badly, we're going to get the fuck out of Dodge and try to get back here and throw the boat in the water and unfold it and leave.
Okay. Since you're staying
Also-
put and you're in a half-hidden position, you can roll stealth at advantage to see. Just basically to keep yourselves from being seen outside.
Yeah.
By anybody who might be passing by or looking in this direction at some point.
If I'm just standing still, would I still get the advantage since I'm in the heavy armor?
Yes, you get the advantage.
Okay.
That includes you, Dread.
Dread actually doesn't have disadvantage.
Oh, good.
Because Mithril armor.
Yes, that's right. Right, you're upgraded. Yeah,
Yes.
You still stand out among the rocks a bit, Cogsworth, as the moonlight shines down upon you.
Is there any mud? I'll roll in it.
Dread, you still get advantage, so you can roll a second time, please. Seems to be mostly sand in this area. Thank you. And as far as you guys know, you are hidden and nobody's watching you.
In there, no issue at all.
All right. So
Hello.
as it's gotten dark, the three of you start heading off into the village. Let's see. I want to put a traveling token in here. People and not tokens. So how are you guys doing?
Not regretting our choices.
Yeah. Completely.
So
It's
are you guys
fine.
just approaching in the open, or are you gonna be hiding at all? What's your approach?
I reckon we'd be out in the
Pretend you're not in a
open.
wagon. I'm gonna use the standard wagon picture for this. This goes. Ah. Yeah, sorry. It turns out that I wasn't using this map as a travel map. I was using it just as a general area map. So the everything is very small. Sorry. So all the you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I wasn't designing it as a travel map or a battle map or anything like that. It was just a display map. Anyway, so you guys start heading in. Most people in this area don't seem to be out on the street at this hour. They seem to be inside their homes.
Is there a tavern or anything that looks like one?
In this particular area, there doesn't roll perception. Actually, roll investigation, because that's more of an investigator to figure out if any of the buildings look like they are more tavern or more active than you think that they should
Okay.
be.
Oh.
Not see anything at all that looks like it could be a tavern. Everything just looks like houses. You're in basically the suburbs, or all residential, no commercial area.
Can I initiate telepathic talks to? I probably can't, right? Because I don't have the ability.
Hold on, let me look. Enchantment. It just says that you can communicate telepathically with any creature you can see within 30 feet of you.
Yeah, because that's you probably have to initiate that. So Noxie will tug on your clothes,
Oh, I was gonna, thought you were going to say, I'm going to tug on her tail,
poke and like just point to her head.
and I will speak with her telepathically. Yes?
Do you want to break into someone's home?
Cloud just smiles. Does a fat baby fart?
Actually, you
think
know
I'm
what?
kidding. I use that on a daily basis.
Well, do we want to? I was thinking we could find a tavern or something, but I can't seem to find one. So, we need to ask questions. I don't want to blow our cover. Sorry, I don't know what came over me. I just saw a bunch of houses and wanted to break into them.
I bet there's taxes in there.
Volan, you're not hearing this conversation, fortunately, because there's no, you don't have telepathy with them. But roll perception check.
Sure.
It occurs to
Damn!
you, and you can look and see that Cloud is incredibly quiet, considering how much she usually chats, and the way that her eyes are moving as she's looking at Noxie. You have this feeling that they're having a whole telepathic conversation without you.
I mean, why would you ask me to come if you're just going to talk behind my back?
Okay, I'm going to telepathically say to Volan, Noxie wants to break into some houses.
For why?
Taxes.
Noxie pulls out her coin pouch and just pours gold into her hand.
And I point and say, taxes.
We're infiltrating a pirate
Taxes.
stronghold, and you want to rob people?
They're pirates. They have lots of taxes. I like taxes.
We can rob the sea princess once we find one. You're not going to start taking money from randos.
All right.
Why?
Well, then let's go further into the city and find some kind of public place.
Why can't we take stuff from random people? We're never going to see these people again, and it's taxes.
Because we broke into a pirate stronghold. We very well could see these people when they're chasing us out of here.
Okay, so then we should be running out with taxes.
Noxie's I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. We need to go and find information.
And as we're walking, Cloud's just going to be like grumbling to herself about taxes.
Okay, as we're walking through, just keeping an eye out to see
Are
if
we a
there's
beer
any-
mug?
What?
That
no,
little
we're a
token.
wagon.
That's a tiny.
Oh.
That's a tiny wagon.
Looks like a beer
Because
mug.
this map is I said I was just using this map as a map and wasn't meaning to actually have people run on it, and then I realized that so it doesn't have a lot of space to actually put tokens on. As you start moving in to the north, you notice the houses are getting bigger and a bit more opulent. More and more of them are beginning looking like they're made out of stone rather than mud and twigs and rugs and stuff. There even appears to be the occasional business with a little shop sign over it.
Are any of them open?
Roll perception check. Alright. You do see one that appears to be a tavern. It's got a small symbol of a mug out in front of it, and you're hearing laughter and conversations in common coming out of them.
I'm just going to look at Noxie. Just say to her telepathically, common.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to look at Volan and say, you hear that, Volan? Common.
Yep. That's fine. It's good news. Good news. Good news.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna try and get closer and try and listen on the conversation.
Alright. You get closer, and you're hearing a bit of music. It sounds like, well, it would sound like the equivalent of an Old West saloon if your character knew what an Old West saloon sounded like. But it has like a flimsy door that looks like there's no top or bottom to it, just a middle, and you see a cross section of various peoples in there. You see only two hobgoblins who are sitting in a corner, not looking like they're enjoying themselves. You see mostly humans for the look of it. A couple of half orcs, at least one full orc, a male with really large tusks. You even see a sea elf sitting at the bar. It looks like a male sea elf from the back.
I'm
And
gonna look at
at the
Topaz and be, or look at Vol and be like, telepathically, sea elf.
And behind the bar, looking like they're serving drinks and chatting up the customers, are two goblins.
And I just I look at both of them and gesture and telepathically say, "There's the fucking goblins."
Mm-hmm. Noxie will.
The conversation mostly seems to be like mostly inane stuff, like talking about like various people, like they like so and so is shacked up with so and so, or like how much did you make? Or, hey, I heard your crops are coming in. You really want to be a farmer rather than going out and marauding on the high seas, that sort of stuff.
Please tell me you said crops and not crotch.
Crops, I did say crops.
Okay.
Noxie's going to walk inside of the bar.
The music is still playing. Nobody has the person behind the over on the piano. Uh, let's see, is which one's this? Hold on one second. Oh, female human.
Hmm. Okay.
With long brown hair and wearing like a billowy dress sort of thing. It's kind of like white and more like actually more like a what was it? White and little bits of pink in the dress as they continue to play. As are you getting up to the bar? Or are you just looking around at the crowd?
Look at the crowd right now. I want to turn back to the other two, kind of show a sign. Should we just get the others?
I'm gonna nod.
And
All
I'm
right.
just gonna like turn around and just start like stalking out of the bar.
So you're gonna go pick up the others while Volan and Noxie get comfortable here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And the whole time I'm just gonna be mumbling myself about taxes and sea elves.
Okay. So Cloud, I'm gonna put you in roll 23rd chat for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'm used to be.
Sorry. So the two of you walk in. There's like all that, the old timey West sounding piano playing. This woman's just, over there playing, and people are laughing and drinking, and you two did not make a stir at all. It's like, some people glance up when they hear the door swinging a bit, but nobody gives a startled shout. Nobody looks like, nobody's giving you a look like, hey, what are you doing in here, sort of thing.
Okay.
Should we go get a drink?
Noxie nods and goes up to the bar.
One of the two bartenders, as I said, both goblins, and as you're getting closer, you can tell that they're both males. And they look like they're probably siblings, because you are very good at telling apart goblins, being that they're your own people. But to other
Mhm.
people, like, they just look identical, because, But, the one goblin grins at you. Ah, welcome. I don't think I've seen you around here before. And they're speaking in goblin to you. What brings you into our humble establishment?
Noxie pulls up a sign in Goblin. Just passing. Not passing through. I'm new here. I'd like a drink.
Ah, ha ha ha. Well, sit yourself down, lass, and I'll fix you a drink. What kind of drink do you want?
What do you have?
Oh, we got some stuff we actually brew up here on the island itself. Ha ha. Better than the other tavern. They kind of glances at the other when they grin at each other. So, we got a, sorry, GM is coughing for a moment. We have some specialized mushroom ale. From some black forest mushrooms. Very difficult to harvest around here.
I'll take some. How much?
Kind of look at each other, and he leans in a bit. 1 gold, lass.
Alright, she'll flip a gold to them.
And they put down not a goblin-sized mug, but a normal-sized pint in front of you.
Alright, Nox starts drinking it.
Oh,
The other goblin looks over at you, Volan, and says in common, and what can we what can we get for you?
I mean, what is she having?
Oh, she's having a mushroom ale. That's mostly goblin.
Mushroom ale?
Yeah, made from the prized black forest mushrooms. Very hard to get. The ogres that live up there aren't very friendly with us.
Okay, I guess I'll try that, if that's okay.
Yeah, 1 gold. And at this point, Noxie and Volan, please give me Constitution saving throws.
Oh boy.
For the fun roll.
I'm not blessed.
Yeah, Noxie, you're getting intoxicated. Meanwhile,
That was the intention.
so what are you guys
Hello?
doing as Cloud gets back to you guys?
What was that? I couldn't hear you over the sound of my fiance crying.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
I was lonely. I was lonely.
I'm so sorry.
I was lonely.
Well, she literally just now was crying. She was like, I think because she was alone in chat.
I was
Sorry.
lonely. It's fine, I was lonely.
So, what are you guys doing as Cloud makes it back to you guys?
Only Cloud?
Only Cloud?
Oh, my disguised self is down, by the way.
What happened?
Come on. And she just turns around and starts walking. Follow me. Trust me, everything will be fine.
Do we trust her?
I don't see we have much of a choice. What happened to Volan and Noxie?
They're fine. They're at a bar.
So,
In a bar.
That
Right,
is
that's-
full of not goblins. Speaking common, and there's even a sea elf. Let's go.
okay.
Also, I'll be AFK for a moment. Or for a few minutes. I need to go get some food for us.
All right.
So Cogsworth will just follow along, and if we get into combat, he'll cast Bless and then start smashing things with his Warhammer.
Are they pirates?
I
I
don't
assume.
know. The only fucking goblins I saw in there were manning the bar. By the way, did you know that Joe and Susie are together? Heard that at the bar.
It was Joe and Susie.
I don't fucking know, but apparently they're together and it's scandalous. You want to know how I knew that? They were speaking common.
Huh?
So if you walk through the dark streets, winding your way through this area, and finally get up here to what looks like a more affluent neighborhood, mostly stone buildings, a few places that look like they could be businesses, but your eye is drawn to the area where light and sound are both pouring out. You hear laughter, you hear the playing of a piano, and you see one of those saloon-style doors that's hanging out there. And somewhere past there, because you're Topaz, you do spot Volan sitting at a bar.
And I just gesture.
What did you find out, if anything?
That we don't need to be in disguise. That we can understand what the fuck's going on. And that Noxie really wants to rob houses, which I'm down for as long as they're taxes, but that's beside the point.
What are taxes?
That's not why we're here. She knows that's not why we're here.
I was told to come get you guys.
All right, I'll start going over to the bar.
I'll follow along.
All right. So the saloon door starts swinging, and of course, as expected, the rest of your party enters. But conversation slows as Cogsworth enters with you. It's like, while the rest of you are just a drop in the bucket, a large metal being is completely unexpected. And you hear people start to whisper, "What is that?"
And Cloud just face
For
palms.
the rest of the party, what you basically see in this tavern, you see a lot of humans. A lot of them rough looking, some of them like suntanned and that. You only see 2 hobgoblins, and they're off to the side. They're just got drinks in their hands, but they're at a table together, and they don't look like they're overly accepted by everyone else. You see a couple of half orcs, at least one full orc, looks to be a male, a sea elf, a male sea elf who is looking around and looks back at the door where you guys are coming in as you guys enter, and 2 goblins who are behind the bar. They also stop what they're doing, and everyone seems to be blinking and staring at Cogsworth.
We won it in a dice game. Bugger off.
He's an expensive doorstop.
Roll intimidation. Oh, and at the piano is a woman with long brown hair and a white and pink dress.
He's an expensive doorstop.
Roll either intimidation or persuasion, Cloud.
Oh fuck, either one is.
You start to hear snickers and laughter, and you hear from one of the humans, this guy in an eye patch at a nearby table, say, "Huh, dice game, you say? Well, why don't I play some dice with you and see if I can win that thing off of you?"
He's not for sale.
Well, anything's for sale if you try hard enough.
You're gonna have to try harder, buddy.
What, you afraid you're gonna lose?
No, actually. I just...
Well, then sit your fuzzy little behind down over here.
Don't call me fuzzy.
Oh,
And you can see her tail, like, kind of puffs out. I'm not afraid to lose. I just don't want to touch the dice you've been touching, because who knows what kind of fucking diseases you have.
What of the people that this guy is sitting next to breaks out laughing hysterically? The guy in the eye patch just glowers.
She's going to slam her mug on the table and hold her finger up for another one.
Now, wait a minute, Noxie.
Wait, hold on. Cloud comes over, just puts Noxie's hand down and talks to her. She telepathically is like, "What are you doing?" Noxie?
And she tries to swat you away.
Noxie!
The goblin seems to be waiting for the money before putting a fresh
I look at the goblin.
ale in front of you.
Don't give her anything else.
She flips another gold coin.
No.
The goblin grins, catches the coin, and produces a second full glass of the mushroom ale for you. Sets it in front of you, Noxie.
And I'm gonna
Sorry,
look
miss.
at it. How does it
She already paid
smell?
for it. Roll a let's see for this. Roll a nature check. To you, it probably smells like garbage. It smells horrible. It smells like rotten decay.
And she just does that face that cats do when they smell something disgusting.
Yeah.
Are you still telepathically linked with Nox?
Yeah.
It's a goblin thing. You wouldn't understand.
You know what I would understand? That getting drunk on the job is a bad fucking idea.
You're not my dad. And she drinks.
You like your friends, right? You wouldn't want anything to happen to Vola and Topaz, would you? Because you're drunk and can't...
Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
You don't want anything to happen to them because you're drunk and can't help them, do you? Do you want their deaths to be on your hands?
What are you saying? They're not gonna die. They're fine.
Noxie, is that a chance you're willing to take?
Their
Are you willing to put your friends' lives on the line for a drink?
lives aren't gonna be on the line. This is fine. This place is cool.
Noxie!
She just continues drinking. She's ignoring,
Fine. Fine.
You do occasionally hear words, by the way, about the sea princes every once in a while. So, yeah, sea princes. They never like, you mostly hear there's a couple of people grumbling about how they never get picked by the sea princes for any, like, commissions, any fleets, anything to go out marauding. They're basically feel like they're stuck here doing, like, construction or farming jobs instead. You hear one or two comments that that would lead you to believe that it's more than just pirates on this island. That there are whole families on this island. That various houses that you pass probably have children in them.
Did we lose Cloud?
I do know that Cogsworth was off getting food. So, while we're waiting for Cloud to return, what are the rest of you guys doing? Dread, what are you doing?
Well,
Topaz, I know you're sitting next to Willem, but what are you guys doing?
just listening to this. If they're bitching about the sea princes, I'll look over at one of those people and say, "What are you gonna do that's better?"
One guy, a guy with a bushy beard, a human, and what looks like a very red nose. It's probably been broken a few times, and he probably has gotten his drink on. Kind of looks over at you, his eyes slightly bloodshot. I don't know. I'm not much of a leader type. More of a. I just would rather be out there on the sea.
They don't let you go in the sea.
Sea elves. Just because you guys can swim and live deep underwater. What are you doing on the land, anyway?
Sitting in a bar, having a drink.
That's good. That's good. Just goes back to his drink. Dread, what are you doing?
She's looking at Noxie, considering that she seemed to be drunk, as far as I can tell.
She seems a bit intoxicated, but not as bad as the guy that was just talking to Topaz.
I'll walk over to Noxie and put a hand on her shoulder and just use 5 points to remove any poison.
Noxie, you're feeling more clear-headed.
Noxie looks at you, like, angrily. Just holds up a sign, buzzkill.
Cloud at this point is just like sitting at a table, and you can just see her like almost angrily flicking her tail. That's it. She's not doing anything special. Just brooding. Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Roll perception, please, people.
I'm not poisoned anymore. Never mind.
That's in perception.
Wow, Dread.
Yep, I'm really perceptive.
That advantage is really helping me out.
Cloud, you do notice a couple people kind of giving Dread the once over. You hear the name Aramith being mentioned, but it's hard to tell the context.
I'm going to look over to Volan and tell her telepathically that I keep hearing them mention this name. How do you pronounce it again? Aramith?
Aramith, yeah.
Okay. They keep mentioning a name, Aramith. We should keep that in mind.
Does that name ring any bells?
Roll a history check.
Sure.
I think you might have heard it somewhere before, but you're not entirely sure of the context. Some time ago, not any time recently.
Thanks for pointing it out, Cloud. I'll keep it in mind. If Topaz is next to me, I'd ask her if she knows.
Aramith.
So do I hear the name too?
I imagine so. Unless you're far away from the rest of your friends.
Does that mean anything to me?
History check.
Probably not, but I'm really good at history too.
Yep, doesn't mean anything to you. Same with Topaz. You think you've heard that name before somewhere, but not in a long time.
So I'll look for an empty table and just sit there and wait.
Music has finally started up again as the pianist has finally stopped gawking at Cogsworth. The conversation seems to have relaxed a bit at this point. I mean, you still see occasionally eyes glancing back towards Cogsworth, and a few at your party realizing that, you know what, that metal thing has came in with those people. But for the most part, they're keeping to themselves. One of the goblins behind the bar looks over at you, Topaz, and asks, "So, you want anything to drink?"
What do you have?
Well, the specialty at the bar is something that, well, I don't know if it'll appeal to you or not. That's the mushroom ale. But you're a sea elf. Let's see. We do have this green liquid, and he pulls out a bottle from behind the bar. They say it's infused with essence of kelp. I haven't really found it much to my liking, but he gestures over at the other sea elf, seems to like it.
Sure, pour me some of that.
Into a glass and hands it over to you. 5
How long
silver
have you
pieces.
had this place here?
A few years now. Call it the Goblin's End.
Original.
Well, me and my brother own it. Yeah, it's not much, but it's ours. It's the smaller of the 2 taverns on this island.
How does it work exactly? Did you buy it, build it?
Oh,
Sea Princess gave it to you?
we built it. Well, we had some help. The other goblin chimes in, but yeah, we built it. We managed to purchase the land off the Sea Princes. We kind of we're part of a well, what's the term? The goblins look at each other for a moment and say something goblin. Noxie, you recognize the word as oh, I'm not sure what the exact goblin term would be, but we would refer to it as Shanghai.
Mhm.
Where they were basically taken by like hobgoblins and put into a naval unit that was then forced to work for the Sea Princes, and they eventually survived it all and managed to get off here at the island and get themselves a tavern, so they didn't have to go out into the water anymore.
Mm. Okay.
But basically, they say the goblin equivalent word of Shanghai.
All right.
I'm not sure what a better word than that is, because I know there is a better word. I just learned it as Shanghai. It just sounds very not like a good word to use anymore.
It's probably if it's goblin, it's probably a connection of a bunch of simple words.
Yeah.
So this is what, like the dock district?
Docks? No. The docks are more to the west. They're in the center of town. That's where all the boats are. That's where the bigger the other goblin tribes up. That's where the actual inn is as well. We're just a tavern.
What, up this road here?
Oh, it's to the west, past the final points in this, which would be in this direction. Past the mansions.
Oh, that's where all the princes live, is it?
Well, not all of them. I mean, let's see. Hold on. Yeah, Operin lives in the palace in the middle, but Emerville, Gallagher, and Hank all live in the other mansions. Yeah, well, there's 4 mansions altogether, but one of them's been empty for a while. The goblins start snickering to each other.
What happened?
Oh well, that would be Aramis. He apparently got arrested finally by the kingdom of Keeland.
How do you manage that?
Well, he got cocky. What do you expect? Instead of deciding to rule back here, he actually went out and such thought that he could still get away with this and that. And apparently, one of the ships caught up to him, sank his pride and joy, and dragged him off in chains.
They have a habit of doing that.
So, you new to the island?
Fresh off the boat.
Looking for work? Either on the island or out to sea?
Well, maybe. For the moment, I'm just enjoying the view.
Hoping to make it rich, like most of the poor slubs in town? Well, then the other goblin looks at his brother and says, well, some of them do. Some of them have built some pretty good stuff around here. And then the other one just kind of shakes his head. The really rich entitled ones all go all the way over to Mistvale. They give up on piracy and join in with that lot.
So how does it work here? You just follow the rule of the princes.
Well, it's pretty much just a free market out here. For the most part, the other goblin says, nodding. The sea princes mostly try to keep the peace, as it were. They'd rather not see people kill each other in the streets, but hey, if somebody goes missing, they don't put up a fuss either. They'd rather not, the people settle disputes the old-fashioned way. Most people are, well, pretty pleasant, and those that aren't don't last very long.
Hmm.
Well,
Sounds
go ahead.
sounds as though there's a lot of dissatisfaction with the way things are done.
Oh?
Well, I mean, if you're over here making a go of it, but you're still under their thumb.
I wouldn't really say that, the one goblin says. We live in their town, so to speak, but we're not really under their thumb. It's not like we're forced to serve on any of their ships anymore. It's not like we were forced to serve it originally. We were... Then, again, they repeat the goblin phrase. Yeah, we were basically forced in by others under one of those regimes. Ugh. Yeah, we're more free here than we used to be back on the mainland.
How many people are in this place?
Any given time? They look at each other and think. I don't know, maybe 1,000.
Hmm.
I'm not good with no numbers. There's enough room for 2 taverns. That's all I know. A couple hundred, I would say.
Most of you don't serve on any of the ships.
Well, some do, some don't. I mean, some are kind of like us, who were poor back on the mainland and kind of got picked up. Others were actually prisoners at one point, and they served out a time and came here and never left. Decided to make a life for themselves. Yeah, but they got off lucky.
How so?
I mean, some of the sea princes, well, they'd rather kill everyone on a ship. I mean, that Galagor, she's vicious. And then you see the eyes of the male orc kind of like look over towards the goblins as they swallow at hearing that. He says, "Are you trying to incite rage from those who serve the mistress?" He kind of like glares. Yeah, but some of them are just steal the ships, occasionally take people, but they don't necessarily kill everybody on board.
Oh, is that what happens?
Of course, these days, and although you won't hear too many people over here bitching about it, we do occasionally get some who are from the west side of town, the ones that go out on more sea journeys, that are complaining about the Sahagin. As of late, between them and Keelland, there's been less and less of ships going out. Or maybe I should say, less ships coming back.
Oh, what? Running into problems.
Yep. So, can I get you another drink, or you good with what you got?
I'm good with what I got for now, thanks.
Alright.
Lean over to Volan, so looks as though if we're going to make a go of this, we'd have to go over to the upper side of town.
Yeah, we're definitely going to stick out there, but I mean, at least we know if we want to make a run for it, we could probably hide in the city. Did we want to scout this place out tonight, or did we want to rest on it and see what we can find in the morning?
That's a damn good question. I mean, this place seems no worse than any other tavern we've been in.
It's nicer than that net place in Saltmarsh.
And if we stand out now, we're going to definitely stand out in broad daylight if we're trying to go anywhere. I guess we could save tomorrow for just seeing what's in the part of the city that's not the prince's, but bigger than this.
That would make sense to me. Spend the day, and then we can scout out at night.
I mean, if we could come back with the head of one of these princes, or a few of them, I'm thinking that would be worth quite a bit of reputation.
Grizz, I know they said this place isn't the inn, but do they have any rooms?
You can always inquire with the goblins if there's a place to sleep or anything of that nature.
Yeah,
They
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and ask one of them. Do you happen to have any rooms free for the night?
We're not the inn, but they kind of look you guys over. All of you fresh off the boat.
Yeah. Why? Is that an issue?
Look you over, and they look at each other. And you didn't like the Silver Spire, huh? Can't imagine they're full up.
I mean, if you'd care to direct me there, you don't want our gold?
The goblins just kind of like shake their heads rapidly. So, well, we don't have the accommodations like the Silver Spire, but I mean, you must have seen it when you got off the boat. It's almost front and center off the docks. But
Cloud just raises her hand. I just need a box.
well, we do have, the kitchen. You could always sleep in the kitchen or the storeroom.
That's fine. We'll head to the Silver Spire. Appreciate it.
Kind of sigh a bit. The one looks at the others. Maybe we should take what we got and try to invest in some extra space. Maybe buy the building next door. See if we can, actually
Excuse me.
make it into an inn.
Excuse me?
They look back at Cloud. Oh, yeah. What would you like to drink?
No, actually, do you have any, me-sized boxes?
Have a crate that's empty.
Great. Can I buy it from you?
They kind of look at each other again and grin. Yeah. How much do you want to offer for it?
I'm just gonna toss him a gold.
And one looks at the other. And, yeah, you go get it, Gothel. And the goblin, presumably named Gothel, jumps off the stool that it was sitting behind, that it was standing on, to serve the drinks, and goes heading into the back. Comes back 2 minutes later, awkwardly carrying a crate that's big enough to fit you.
Thank you. Takes the crate and proceeds to follow Lilin.
Alright, if the rest of you are ready, maybe we should head out, unless you all have plans.
Follow.
Noxie will get up, stretch, crack her neck, and pickpocket someone on the way out.
Right. So with those directions, you now know how to get down to the docks area and the center of town, and can clearly see a walled
Back.
palace-type structure looming in the north beyond the docks and beyond the various, what looks like mostly shops and storehouses of some sort in the center of town. But there is, again, that large palace structure up to the north part of it, which is walled, and what appears to be several buildings that are open at this hour. The one that you were directed to is the Silver Spire Inn, which is 2 main stories and an actual spire, which sticks out of it, with some silver painting on the front. The door is wide open, and you definitely hear conversation and laughter and the occasional cheer and what sounds like possibly a fist fight going on inside.
So what did I miss?
Oh, did I get any coin pouches on my way out?
Oh, I'm sorry, sleight of hand. Wait a minute, sorry, I completely missed that when you're saying. Ah, yeah, nobody knows you're taking anything. Sorry, that you're taking anything. So you managed to get 5 pouches on your way out, which is very impressive. And
Yeah, fuck these pirates.
And between the 5 of them, you find 160 gold.
Alrighty.
But before you, as after leaving that inn, is the Silver Spire Inn. So that tavern is the Silver Spire Inn, a 2-story wide structure with a spire going up into the top, past the top of that, with a sign of the Silver Spire at the front. You hear sounds of laughter, cheering, and what does sound like a fist fight going on inside.
So I see that I'm alive in the time I was shut down. Did I miss anything interesting? Good talk.
So the sea princes live in little palaces and mansions in the palace area.
So behind the wall.
Yeah, like more around here.
Okay.
Right now we're going to an inn to find a place to sleep and possibly strategize.
So are all these people pirates?
From what we've gained, they're basically people under pirate rule.
Okay. So all the people don't jump on a ship and pillage, but people that jump on a ship and pillage are their leaders.
Kind of. They're also like pirates mingled in as well.
Okay. So we didn't kill a bunch of innocent people. Got it.
Right, so should we head in?
I'd say so.
This place is definitely more opulent than the place you were at last. The last place was cobbled together, and those goblins were pretty proud of it. And given the materials at hand, it was a pretty good job. But this is very nice. It's made out of marble. There's some silver inlay as you go in. The large marble bar. Standing behind it is a statuesque woman with silver hair and pure silver eyes, gazing out at the crowd, serving drinks, but looking like she's clearly in charge of this place as well. She just has that air about her. Um, Around you, there are a few tables. A lot of people at the bar, their backs to it. Uh, there is a set of stairs heading up to a balcony, which you see a bunch of rooms leading off of it. But the main feature of this room appears to be a small pit of some kind. It's indented. It's about 10 feet down, where there are 2 combatants in the middle of combat, and the people having drinks, leaning up on a rail, looking down into this pit, seem to be placing bets and watching it this fight going on.
I see this and smile and look at Topaz and say, "Want to make some money?"
Currently in this pit is a tall male Goliath covered in black and blue tattoos, and he seems to be fighting what looks at first like a large bear, but as you look closer, you can see that it has more articulated limbs and hands. That this may be some kind of werebear that he's in the middle of battling.
Topaz, did you hear me? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Oh,
I'm
okay.
muted. He's fighting a werebear.
Yep. around you, the faces are of various races. Humans, a couple more hobgoblins. These ones fully armored, unlike that one guy you dragged out of his house. Uh, a few more goblins. A few half elves. Another two Goliaths. Half orcs. Even full blooded orcs. A drow that's sitting just at the end of the bar, just kind of watching everything, just sipping their drink and looking like they're either bored or not happy with the situation going on. And a few others just kind of scattered about. It's hard to tell exactly what they are, like humanoids, but of various sizes. Like maybe some dwarves in the back, but they could also be some. What am I trying to say? But it's hard to tell just from what you see, because it's actually a rather large area, and a lot of the outer rim area is dark outside of the bar and the pit.
Is the Goliath fighting with weapons?
Nope, they're both fighting barehanded. No pun intended.
So I'll approach somebody at this watching. I say, "Who's the favorite out of these two?"
Well, Jarek, the Goliath, he kind of points at the Goliath. He's the top fighter. He loves to spar with whatever we can bring in. That werebear, not even sure if I know her name, but she's got claws, and he doesn't. So we'll see how this goes.
Is there betting allowed?
Oh, of course, it's encouraged.
What are the odds against the werebear?
Well, at the moment, just because he's our favorite, it's 2-1 against. And GM is not very good with gambling terminology, and will just pipe out random shit.
Yeah. I say, who do I place the bet with?
Well, you can always place the bet with the proprietor, and gestures over at the bar, or there's a couple other bookies in the crowd who are willing to make some extra money.
All right, so I'll walk over to the proprietor, point it out to me.
The silver-eyed woman just kind of gazes out at you. And you, being a tiefling, can definitely pick up the vibe of an Aasimar standing in front of you.
Ah, yes. I just kind of nod slightly and say, "I would like, how much for a room?"
Room. And she kind of sounds bored for a moment, and then just kind of looks you over. 1 second. Well, that'll be 1 gold.
All right, so I give her the 1 gold for for the room, and I say, "I'd like to place 50 gold bet on the werebear."
Interesting. She takes your 1 gold for the room and hands you a key with the number 2 on it. And takes the 50 gold, pulls out a small ledger, and starts copying something down.
Okay.
So, you seem to be new in town.
Just off the boat.
Well, to come in here, right?
We didn't know the city well. We didn't know that this was the best establishment in town.
Well, it's the only inn in town, unless you are planning to make a stay at the brothel. But I suppose a noob might not have been told. Well,
Some of us don't have much need for their services.
And she kind of glances over and looks Cogsworth up and down. A couple other people have been staring at Cogsworth since he came in, but most people are just busy fixing watching the fight.
Let's see.
Comes up.
What are you?
Let's see. Can I roll an insight on her to determine how she feels about tieflings?
Sure.
That's not very good either, though. Oh, she loves
Oh,
tieflings.
God.
She is very hard to read.
Yeah.
Cloud kind of like scampers up to the where everybody else is, holding her box. Pardon me, ma'am.
She kind of looks over at you. Yes.
And she's like just peeking over her box. How much for a room if I provide my own bed?
It's still a single gold.
Hands her gold.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not exactly one that needs a bed. Would it be alright if I split a room with one of them?
I suppose.
You can stay with me, metal boy.
And she hands you the key for room 3, by the way, Cloud.
And to answer your question, I am a warforged. I go by Cogsworth.
Warforged. Have you ever considered fighting in the arena? She kind of gestures at the pit.
I have not. While I don't condone needless death, I am not one to pass down a good fight.
Well, perhaps we can encourage you to fight a few matches in there. The crowd always seems to like exotic fare. Well, you are clearly very exotic.
And in that regard, I do have a question. I'm fine keeping the playing field even, but typically I do try to use magic when possible to augment some of my capabilities. If I apply it to my adversary, is that allowed?
As long as you don't set the place on fire, that should be fine.
It's not fire at all. Just keeps my hands steady, and if I had a heart, it beating.
You just see Cloud like tuck her tinderbox back in her pocket.
Yes, have a good luck setting marble on fire.
Cloud's here for comedic relief. What can I say?
So the fighting pit, the two combatants still seem to be fairly well matched. They're trading blow for blow, ducking out of the way. Until... okay. Who wants to field this check?
Field it?
Yeah. So,
What does that
I've
mean?
got two colors. Green and purple. Which do you think applies to which combatant best? I want one of you to make that choice.
I'd say purple would apply best to the Goliath.
Okay. So, as some of you are watching, while others are turned away and at the bar, you hear the Goliath let out an oof as the werebear's massive paw comes and slams him into a wall.
Whew.
Some of the crowd is going, ooh. Well, get here, others going, ha 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 ha. The group of half-elves sitting at the table are just kind of like, but letting out a sigh of relief.
She smooshed him like a June bug on a hot summer day.
He's still alive. He tries to duck, but another paw comes sliding out and smashes across his cheek, opening up some fresh gouges there. Blood comes trickling down past his chin. He spits into the ground and goes after her with his fists. The werebear with his fists.
If I may ask, is the werebear using its claws, or is it just using sheer blunt force?
It's using its claws to be slicing him open.
Poof.
The seem to be going back to more of a standoff sort of position at this point. Trading blow and counter blow and dodges.
Yeah, like the little like sparring, jockeying for a position as opposed to actually like slugging.
Yeah, Volan and Noxie, what are you guys doing? And Topaz.
Oh, I'm just watching the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Watching the fight. Topaz?
I'm watching this so-called champion, getting a feel for how they fight.
So what you're saying is Topaz wants to make some money.
Maybe.
He seems to be going for the heavy, but you've yet to see him land a blow. The werebear seems to be doing better at this point.
Cloud walks over to Topaz. You could easily dance around them.
The werebear lets out another massive strike, this time across the Goliath's chest, opening up more wounds. Blood goes pouring down, littering the ground at his feet. It seemed to have damaged one of his tattoos in the process.
Cloud is just watching this fight, munching on the food she stole earlier from the hobgoblin.
Gets in another blow, this time at his side. He looks like he is getting ready to drop. Some of the others are booing at this because he was the favorite, but it seems like he can't hold his own against this werebear. If this last one puts him out of his misery. Or if he can get up again. Ooh, he manages to dodge out of the way of the next attack. He's like wiping blood off of his nose. He got one hand down at his side, but he's kind of bowling up his fists and he's getting ready to go again. But then the werebear just kind of looms over him and drives one more paw down at his head, and he falls to the ground, limp. Woo!
The Goliath fell.
The Goliath fell, and some people are cheering. The half-elves at the table are all cheering.
Some champion that was.
You try going in a fist fight against a bear.
The bartender kind of looks over at Dread. It's like, looks like you've won. And she hands over 150 gold to Dread.
How's the werebear looking?
Yeah, the werebear is looking. It's hard to tell because the fur covers the werebear's skin. But as the fight ends, the werebear's form begins to shrink until finally what you see before you is a naked female half-elf who looks like she's pretty bruised up. Like falls to the bottom, breathing heavily as the half-elves that were at the table swarm the side of it.
Hey, I do apologize, but I never caught your name. If I have a bit of magic, I can bring them back up to about half their fighting strength. Just help them recover a little sooner.
Yeah, the bartender?
Yeah, I'm speaking to the bartender when I say that.
Oh, you can call me Entrancer. No, just let him sleep it off down there.
Okay. And the woman, leave her to recover?
Well, she's not my problem. The half-elves are all helping her out of the pit and like throwing a robe around her. The drow that's sitting at the end of the table is just like at the end of the bar has currently got his elbows up on it and is just kind of observing this, kind of nodding his head a bit. Interesting.
Also, did I get a reply?
What?
My whisper.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. You were a little busy narrating a fight.
I just realized that Cloud this whole entire time has just been walking around with this giant crate.
Yep.
That's par for the course with Cloud.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she hasn't put anybody in a barrel yet.
You don't have
Wait,
a barrel, you've got a crate.
hold on. Is Noxie still drunk?
No.
Nope, I got cured.
Dread cured her.
Damn it.
No,
Aw.
the bartender never actually responded to your message. She just
Okay.
kind of eyed you up.
Hey, Cogsworth.
Yes.
I'm tired. Can you carry this up to our room?
Yes, I can. Room
Thank
3.
you.
Room 3.
Yep. Room 3.
Hand me the key.
Hands him the key.
I will go take it up to the room and then come back.
So, as you're doing that, the bartender leans over towards Cloud and asks, "So, what ship did you come in on?"
Cloud is just like kind of swinging around in a chair. Huh? You were talking to me?
Yes, I was talking
Huh?
to you. What ship did you come in on?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff.
Around here. Some occasionally come all the way to the north, but not that many.
I don't know. I don't pay attention. I just kind of go where the ship takes me, you know?
Where did you meet that fascinating fellow that you just sent upstairs?
On the ship.
I see. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you.
Then
I
perhaps.
could go for. Do you have any snacks?
What kind of snacks?
Do you have any snacks?
What kind of snacks?
Falafel. Do you have any falafel?
Ah, falafel. Yes, indeed, I have falafel.
Gimme.
Meanwhile, as Cloud is getting her her falafel, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'll inquire about a room, and yeah, I'll ask him how much for a room.
1 gold, she says as she produces a bowl with several pieces of falafel in it. 1 silver. She points at the falafel.
Give me all the falafel, 1 gold. Will give me.
She nods and comes back with several bowls heaped with falafel.
You have any hot sauce?
No, but I do have some hot peppers that were grown on the island.
That'll work.
And she pulls out a small bowl with several small peppers. Some are red, and some are just black color with flecks of white in them.
Also, Topaz, fuck you. Asshole. What kind of peppers are these? She points to the black ones.
Those are very special peppers grown here on the island. They're called
And-
ogre's foot.
That sounds unsanitary. What kind of peppers are these?
Actually, they're called ogre's toe. Sorry, ogre's toe.
That's
even
worse.
That's- Do the red peppers look like just the regular peppers I would know?
Like poblano?
No, they look more like serrano peppers.
But they would they have been peppers that Cloud would have
Been familiar with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So she takes falafel and puts a whole pepper on it and noms it.
Oh no. By the time she's done, she'll be breathing fire.
Yeah, so
Hey,
once,
I'm not a dragon cat.
once,
Do you know where your father's at?
Dragon cat. Don't know where the fuck her father's at.
What did you say, Dread? I'm sorry.
once she's done with, how do I say, do you have any meals? What do you have for food here?
Oh, we have falafel, we have some of these peppers, we have the customary fish stew, we have some fish fillets, we even have some crabs.
How much for a fish fillet?
That will be 3 silver. It comes with some various side dishes.
How much for a drink to go with that? For ale?
Oh well, the ale will be 1 silver.
Total 4 silver?
Yes.
Alright.
I offer Dread a falafel. Would you like to try one?
I'll try falafel.
Okay, try it without the pepper first, and then you have to try it with the pepper.
Okay, so let's see. I guess that's a constitution check?
Yes.
Or 2 or 4? Oh, that must be terrible.
You're allergic to whatever that is that she tried to feed you.
I'm sorry.
Roll a 1d4.
I'm sorry! Shoves the falafel in her mouth. I'm really sorry!
And you end up taking 3 points of damage as you
Ha!
are forced to throw up into one of the little bowls that contained her falafel.
I'm sorry!
The bartender grimaces slightly. I take it that didn't agree with you.
No, it didn't.
Cloud is just like shoving a pepper in her mouth at this point. I'm sorry.
Is she Is she looking to see what type of pepper she's taking?
She's just gonna keep taking the red ones.
Okay.
She ain't that
At
stupid.
this point, she'd probably be out of the red ones. There's only a small bowl full with them in there.
Okay, I'm going to sniff the other pepper. Does it burn my nose?
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck, I bet you I'm gonna succeed this and be like, oh, this is fine, and shove the whole fucker in my mouth. Fuck me.
Your sinuses are completely clear, and it's unclear if you're gonna be able to smell anything for a while.
Okay, now I'm just gonna like lick it. I just heard a dice. Oh no!
Your whole tongue just it goes numb on you.
Guys, I can't feel my tongue.
Alright. I'll try a bit of the black pepper. Does it seem to affect me?
Constitution saving throw.
I look at the bartender. Is it supposed to be this hot?
He smiles. Yes.
Oh.
Dread, this is a lovely pepper. This is probably a type of pepper that, you know, a tiefling would love in any circumstance.
These peppers are wonderful.
I slide the bowl over. Do you have any milk?
Let's see. No, I'm afraid not. Fresh out. I think
You have any
the
water?
last were made in cheese. Were being used to make cheese.
I'll take some cheese.
Noxie moves towards the bar and holds up a sign. Do you have goblin mushroom mayo?
Ugh, no, we don't have any of that filth here. 1 silver for the cheese, please.
She just glares and goes back to watching the match.
I look at
Well, the match is
Noxie and
over. The pit. This
Oh,
has
yeah.
an unconscious Goliath in it.
I look at Noxie and telepathically say, and no, you're not going back to the other bar.
You're not my dad.
Do
And
you
then she's
know
gonna
who
sneak
your
out of the
dad
bar.
is? Okay, do I see Noxie leave?
I'm gonna sneak out, so I'm gonna roll stealth.
Roll perception check.
Ah,
Nope. You turn around after you hear that in your head, and like, you know, seeing Dread eating those ogre toe peppers. And Volan, what are you? Sorry, Volan and Topaz, what are you guys doing?
I was gonna buy a room and head upstairs.
All right, so you ended up with room number 5, and that was 1 gold, and you headed upstairs. Got it. Cogsworth, you just finished. You came back down from delivering that crate and noticed, Cloud playing with that one weird pepper, and suddenly she couldn't talk for a moment. And that, Dread is there eating those peppers, one by one, apparently.
Well, actually, I think I'll go to sit at an empty table with my fish fillet and sides and eat there. Eat the peppers. The
You're
fish.
muted, dear.
So is it peppered salmon?
Probably.
Cloud is going to look at the bartender. Is food allowed up in the rooms?
Yes, it's allowed. You may take the rest of your falafel up there.
Cloud scoops up her falafel and is walking up the stairs. And when she's upstairs, she just goes, Volan!
No. What?
Volan!
You
What?
definitely hear her yelling from another room, as just some other patrons saying, "Can you keep it down out there? There's enough noise coming from the floor."
Sorry. Volan!
Cloud, shut the fuck up. Get in here. What?
Noxie's gone.
Okay.
Poof.
I mean, she does that.
Falafel?
No.
Hey, this is a nice room. Can I sleep in here with you?
Unfortunately, I have plans, so no.
Are you sure?
Yeah. The bed's too small for me anyway, so it's already an issue.
Oh, I was just going to sleep under the bed, but...
Bed's too low. It's
Do you want some
unfortunate.
falafel?
No.
Are you sure?
Slowly closing the door.
You drug her inside. So she's inside the room now, and she's, like, looking at stuff, like, this is a nice room.
Nah, I'm manhandling her out of the room.
And
Just
the
like,
bed is clearly bigger than Roland claimed. They can definitely
Volan, you're
fit
a
2 people.
liar. You're a dirty, filthy liar.
When I get in the bed, it sinks.
You and Topaz are going to do the hanky-panky, aren't you?
I mean, I don't
You're
wanna be
gonna-
presumptuous.
You're going to, instead of having 2 piglets fighting a toke sack, you're going to have 3.
If you don't get the fuck up out my room, yeah, I'm manhandling her out of the room.
Cloud just like sits 2 falafel on like a table for your after hanky panky snack,
Oh my god.
and walks out of the room. And as soon as the door closes, Volan hears tuk 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 meow. Tuk, tuk, tuk. Meow.
Oh my god.
He's hearing this
Meow.
and you once again hear somebody from room 4 shout, "Shut up out there!"
And then you just hear tuk, tuk, tuk. Meow. Please, you gotta do this, Volan. Just come open the door.
So, suddenly, as you continue to do that to Volan's door, the door to room 4 flies open, and a half-dressed male dwarf with a long, scraggly beard comes plundering out, his hands at his hips, and he's glaring out at you guys. Right?
And then,
What
in
the
true
name
cat
of-
fashion,
Wallace Unholy, are you doing out here?
in true cat fashion, Cloud runs away and gets into her room and shuts the door.
Yeah, you're in room. Let's see. You're in room 3. Volan is.
So you're the neighbor of room 4, oh god.
I walk over to the dwarf. I'm sorry. Here, have a little bit of falafel. I'm also really sorry for what you're going to hear coming from room 5 later.
Yo. Why are you so set on ruining Volan's life? I just
You should know Cloud by now.
So, Faz, what are you doing?
What's going on with the fights?
The fight seems to be moment. The werebear is the champion. Dread got money for that, and the fight seemed to be over for the evening.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Another fight might break out upstairs if you don't hurry up.
In that case, yeah, I guess I'll get some food and head up.
About what time of day? Like, what time of night is it?
It's probably getting to midnight at this point.
Okay. Cloud's gonna take a 3-hour nap, and then she's gonna be up running the halls.
Let's see. Who am I forgetting that's also doing stuff here? Dread, you're just enjoying your meal. Cogsworth, let's see.
I would have
Colin,
come back out and
let's
just
see.
wondered where the heck everybody went and sat down at the bar, wondering if people were going to come back.
I'm probably down at the bar. I'm currently over there saying, I wish to try some of your falafel.
1 silver for a small bowl of them.
Don't get her any peppers. She'll die.
You know how bad I want to just like have Cloud throw a falafel down the stairs. Here.
She'll shrivel it faster than a salted tuna. Don't give her a
And she
pepper.
looks back and says, "Ugh." And she actually smacks the heel of her hand in her forehead. I'm very sorry, ma'am. That cat ate all of the falafel.
A falafel comes flying down from upstairs. Here you
Hold on.
go.
Cake all over again.
Fuck! Stop doing that!
This is actually the first time Cloud's done it. The other one was fumble.
I'm looking at exploded falafel all over the place.
Cloud walks down the stairs.
Bartender.
Is it exploded falafel or is it a good catch?
Well, that's true. You are a monk with missiles, with I believe the ability to catch missiles.
It's instinctive. It's a reflexive. Otherwise, you'd never be fast enough to do it. I could catch something out of the corner of my eye flying at me. I spin around and bat it out of the air, and then I realized now it's just exploded falafel everywhere.
I mean, based off the ability, you have the reaction speed to recognize what it is and consciously catch it.
Yeah, but that's up to you. If you say you didn't catch it and you just batted it away, then then the pizza falafel's gone and scattered across the floor.
Looking up the stairs. Cat.
You see her eyes get really big and her ears go back, and she just like crouches down. Yes?
I wish to try some of that.
Okay.
Do you have more?
Yes. Will you catch it this time, or do you want me to walk it to you?
Now that I know, I will catch it.
Okay. Cloud wiggles her butt, ready to throw, and throws the falafel.
What's involved? Do I have to make a roll or deflect?
Just roll a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, it should be easy enough to catch that.
What is this made of?
It's made of ground peas. I don't know how I know that, but I know that.
Ground peas.
Yeah, it's
Green vegetable. A little
yeah.
sphere.
Yeah.
Think of like a small marble.
And then
Kind
it's
of
fried.
squishy.
And then it's fried.
I will take a tentative bite.
Constitution saving throw to see if you like it or not. It's not exactly your flavor.
You gotta try it with the pepper first.
Don't. You will die.
It's the best, I promise.
She licked one of the peppers and lost the ability to
No.
speak.
No, not those ones. Just a red pepper.
You ate them all.
Okay. If you're not going to eat the rest of that, can I have it back?
I will try it with the pepper. I look back at the barkeep.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
Babe.
I do have some more
Oh,
red
no.
peppers if you want.
Yes, I wish to try it with the red pepper.
And she pulls out a bowl. Since you did not pay for these ones, how about a 3 coppers for these?
Give her another silver.
Oh.
Well, thank you.
And while we're on the topic of payment, that reminds me. I actually owe Topaz a drink. What do you recommend for a sea elf?
Well,
The kelp wine is fairly good.
yes. I can serve you some kelp wine.
And Cloud has made her way down to the bar and is sitting next to Topaz with her face in her hands, just looking at her.
I'm putting red pepper on my falafel.
1 silver, please.
And I'll hand over the silver. Please make it quick before she takes that bite.
And she pours out the green wine into a glass for Topaz.
Cloud quickly says, "Full disclosure, if you don't like it and you die, it's not my fault."
Do sea elves sweat?
It's a good question.
Question, where's your nearest ocean? Just in case.
Well, there's no ocean nearby. It's just the Gulf.
Great, where is that at? Just in case we have to throw a very hot
Just
sea elf
to
into the water.
South.
Okay.
Of this building, the docks. And she gives you a suspicious look. And then looks at the rest of you. So, which ship did you arrive on?
I swam. I'm taking a bite.
Roll a deception check, please.
But Topaz literally swam.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, she
what
didn't-
Topaz said is factual. Never mind.
This is a con save or
Yes,
what?
it is. Con save. Anything new is a con save, just in case.
Oh, no.
Oh god, it's another thing you're allergic to. You're allergic to pepper. You take a bite of this pepper, and everything in your mouth just swells up. Your entire face goes puffy. Your tongue swells to the point where speech is almost impossible. And it
Cloud.
starts swelling your eyes. It's
Cloud is gone. She is up the stairs. Fallen!
Topaz, come here and sit still.
Fallen!
And I'll cast Lesser Restoration.
Fallen! And she's like banging on the door.
I'm
the dwarf.
pretending I'm asleep.
The dwarf in room 4 pulls the door open again, roughly. His lower half is just wrapped in a sheet this time, and he's like glaring out at you.
Not a word out of you, pencil dick! Fallen!
Kind of glares even harder. I'll have you know.
Back in your room. None to see here. Fallen, Topaz is swollen!
What?
Poland?
He just throws up his
The new
arms,
power couple?
mumbling something in dwarvish, and slams the door shut.
Fallen! Topaz is swollen. She ate a pepper and now she's all, I don't know, puffed. Like me
Again.
after a bad day.
I cast Lesser Restoration to try and remove
Cloud
it.
was gone before you even did that.
I'm saying that to Topaz.
So yeah, Topaz, you feel yourself able to breathe a lot better. Your face seems to be getting under control. Your eyes no longer puffy, but the evil pepper is still there in front of you.
Cloud is like body slamming this door. Fallen!
And somewhere behind you, Topaz, you hear Strand say, "These peppers are wonderful."
Topaz, I told you not to eat the pepper.
Volan, what if Topaz dies? I don't think she can breathe.
She's done this before. She's playing. She'll be fine in a little bit.
Are you sure?
She's fine.
Okay, if she dies, it's not my fault. Meow. Volan. Volan.
I'm dead.
Topaz!
I told you not to eat it. That's entirely your fault.
Grizz, would you say it's, I don't know, after midnight?
Yes, I think it's gotten a little bit after midnight at this point.
Great. Cloud is just gonna start, like, running up and down the halls.
I'm
Haven't
heading
even slept
towards
yet.
the Goblin's End.
Yes, that's right. We have got Noxie to play with. Ugh.
And I'm gonna go upstairs and make Cloud get into her box and actually sleep so we don't get kicked out.
All right.
That remind me, I'll go upstairs to my room as well.
And when I'm done putting her to sleep, I'll head back down to the bar, because people watching is interesting.
All right.
Wait, Cogsworth, don't leave.
All right. So, meanwhile, Noxie sadly misses every interesting bit of all of that, of Cloud running around all crazy, of Topaz nearly dying again, of all of that, and you head back into the Goblin's End. The crowd seems to have thinned out a bit. The music's no longer playing. It looks like the pianist has already left. The orc has left. The hobgoblins have left. Most of the humans are gone. There's still a sea elf there, and the two goblins are mostly cleaning up, but they are still serving drinks. They grin at you as you approach. Hello again.
Okay, so she holds up a sign. Is it possible to get the mushroom ale to go?
Yeah, they don't serve any of that over at the Silver Spire.
Another sign. They called it trash.
Well, her kind would. It's an acquired taste, and we gobs, we know good stuff better than the rest of them.
She gives a thumbs up.
So, where are you from originally?
She holds up a sign.
Holding
Greenland.
out a mug. It's like, it's all the way to the east. It's I forget where. It's a big city. From what I hear, but I've never been there. It's too close to the Imperium for my taste. And of course, Noxie, you know the Argenium Imperium to the south of the country that the Greyland is in is a militaristic tyranny ruled over by hobgoblins, and of course other goblinoids as well, but primarily hobgoblins. So you've got like lots of goblins down there, but most of them are not that happy. In fact, there's plenty of them that fled off to the north, which is why Greyland has a sizable population of goblins, and further north over to the area that's the Silverwing Mountains. But that stuff you would have known growing up.
Okay.
But yeah, where's my... Right, the map's not in this book, it's in the other one. But yeah, that's a far way to travel over land. Now you're a sea adventurer, are you?
She nods.
And the other goblin kind of looks, leans on the bar and looks at you. I don't mean to be rude, but did you lose your voice in some kind of fight or something? Cut to the neck that you survived but lost your voice, or?
She holds up a sign. Cursed by a hag.
is it one of those sea eggs to the south?
She holds up a sign. How much for? Let's see. I guess a bottle. Yeah, a bottle would be good.
A whole bottle. Wow. It is pretty pricey for a drink. It'll be 10 gold.
I'll take two.
What would you say?
I'll take two.
You only have one unopened bottle, and the other one is down by half.
No, she shrugs and just takes the one. How much gold was it again?
10 gold.
Use some of my stolen riches. All right. She takes the bottle, and she's gonna drink a mug. Drink a pint. For the road.
Well, hope to see you in here again.
She waves goodbye and heads back to the inn. Do I have to make a Constitution save for the pint I just drank?
Yes, to see if you're drunk. You're tipsy. Roll a survival check at disadvantage. And you manage to stumble your way back to the inn. And you get there just as Topaz is still all swollen up and being currently cured by Cogsworth, given the conversation in the chat. You probably stand there unnoticed for a minute watching this happen before Topaz goes upstairs to talk to Volan.
Okay.
Who's still at the bar after Topaz left?
I would have headed back down
So you're there
to
at the
people
bar.
watch for a couple hours.
Dread, are you still at the bar? Or in the
No.
bar? Okay, you went to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that means that Noxie, the only one you see, the only one left is Cogsworth. But you did see Topaz for a little bit while you were standing there and being unnoticed.
Ways up to the bar and holds up a sign to Cogsworth. Which one's my room?
Don't.
Three. Hands you a key.
Out of her stone, you hear, "Thank you," and then she kind of stumbles back up to her room.
Three's my room,
And
isn't it?
discovers that there is a cat in a box in there.
With a blanket over her head.
Yes. But the bed is empty.
And there's no blanket on the bed.
She just pinches her nose and just closes the door and leaves. She's gonna sleep out in the streets.
Oh, Noxie, Cloud would have shared. She would have given you the blanket.
There is more rooms, you know. You can always get another room.
Nah,
She said, nah, fuck this. I'm sleeping in the streets.
she's doing what she used to do. It's fine.
Alright. And I think this is a good time to leave off. Thought that was a rather amusing session. It went very differently than I was expecting until until you guys stumbled upon a bar.
What was that? I didn't quite hear that last bit.